Hello friends, Tom Downey here for NFL Daily, taking you through all the latest New York Jets rumors. And we start things off with, well, this one's kind of more of a news item. Chris Herndon, the rookie tight end out of Miami, was arrested on Saturday for a DWI. Here are the details that we have for you guys so far. Namely, he was driving a Nissan Armada, hit a Toyota owned by a 76-year-old man at 4:45 in the morning, totaled the other driver's car in the process. Don't have any details on how injured Herndon was. He seemed to be okay, though, at the press conference today for the Jets. So, again, a DWI charge and an arrest for Herndon there. Todd Bowles said he was disappointed as a coach, disappointed as a person. This is not what Chris Herndon needed in his rookie year when he's trying to compete for a tight end role. It's a bad look for him, obviously. Bad decision-making as well. 4:45 in the morning with the DWI. Nothing good happens that late at night. Just get an Uber home, Chris. Don't make any bad decisions like that. And on the field side, Herndon could be suspended by the NFL for the arrest. Taking out to our first actual rumor of the day here, are the Jets going to sign a veteran tight end? I'll give this one just the two heads for now. We'll see what those heads means here in just a second. But it's just more in the rumor category. It could certainly happen. But the Jets' plan with drafting Herndon was maybe he can start. Maybe Jordan Leggett can start at tight end, a fifth-round pick out of Clemson. The Jets will give those two guys chances, and then they will evaluate the position. For me, I'm looking at this Jets tight end depth chart. I got some real concerns about it. I don't think it's all that good. You got Clive Walford. You got Eric Tomlinson. I was a huge fan of Bucky Hodges coming out. I think I was just wrong on that one. So let me know, folks, if the Jets need to add another tight end. I think if we get closer to the actual season, this might get bumped up to three heads. But as of right now, I don't expect it. But if Herndon and or Leggett or somebody else don't emerge, then the Jets could take a flyer on someone like a Julius Thomas, a Kobe Fleener if he ends up being healthy after his concussions last year. Maybe an Antonio Gates, although I don't quite think they go for that type of veteran. So just keep an eye on it later in the year, or if someone gets cut before the 53-man rosters are finalized. We'll stick on offense here. Could Jermaine Kearse be cut by the Jets? I don't think it's all that likely. I'm just going to give it the one head. There is some money to be gained by cutting Kearse. He has a $5 million non-guaranteed salary. That's a significant chunk of change to save if you cut somebody. But Kearse led the team in receptions last year. He was second in TDs and yards. I don't think it's that likely. I don't think he's guaranteed a spot given the amount of depth body-wise that the Jets have at the wide receiver spot. Anun was going to be back. Let's see what happens with Robbie Anderson and his legal issues, but I think he'll be fine for being on the field. Terrelle Pryor, who we'll get to here in just a second. Ardarius Stewart, Chad Hansen, Andre Roberts, Charles Johnson. Maybe Devin Smith finally becomes an actual player, and then Sharon Peake as well. So I think Kearse sticks around, but just keep an eye on it as a potential cut if he struggles or the young guys emerge like Hansen and Roberts. But, folks, let me know who you think will be the Jets' number one wide receiver. If Anderson plays close to all 16 games, I think it'll still be him. If you're wondering what the heads mean, well, here's a little explainer for you guys. 0 heads, it's fake news, don't buy it. 1 head is a small shred of truth. It could happen, but don't bank on it. 2 heads is firmly in the rumor category. 3 heads means it's more probable than not quite set in stone, but you think it'll happen. 4 heads means it's fact news, totally believe it. All right, next up, will the Jets' anthem stance help in free agency? I'm going to give this one 3 heads. It does seem pretty likely. Again, Jets CEO Christopher Johnson has said he'll pay any fines the players incur, and that type of thing could make a bit of an impact when teams or players figure out where do they want to go in free agency. Now, one agent told ESPN it could be a 10 to 15% bump in favor of the Jets. Others said, maybe a little bit. Maybe it's not going to make a big difference at all. But having a good owner-player relationship does matter for some guys. Would you rather go to an owner that you hate playing for or one that you like playing for? If the money's the same, that's, of course, the big thing for free agency. It's all about the money. If you pay anyone enough, they'll get over any bad issues they have with the owner. If the money's the same, that type of owner-player relationship could be a difference maker. So maybe it's not a true deal breaker for players, but it certainly won't hurt the Jets' anthem stance in free agency. All right, number 5 then, is Morris Claiborne going to be back for training camp? We're going to give this one 4 heads here. This one seems like it's pretty much set in stone here. So here's what happened with Morris Claiborne. He sat out practice with a cast on his wrist, which terrified a lot of people because, oh my God, Morris Claiborne, he's hurt again. The good news is The injury is not severe. It's only a bruised hand, and he should be ready for training camp. I'd be surprised if he wasn't. If it's just a bruise, it's not going to be anything too severe. It is concerning because, well, he's often hurt, but the Jets should be in good shape there. And good thing, because you kind of want Claiborne healthy. I love Jermaine Johnson. Claiborne shows the flashes, but I don't like the idea of relying on Buster Screen or Rashard Robinson or rookie Perry Nickerson and other guys lower on the Jets depth chart like Justin Burris to play big snaps on the outside. You want Mo and Tremaine healthy for every game. That should be the case for training camp because I don't think Claiborne's going to miss any serious time. This screams major precautionary thing. Speaking of injuries, how about Terrelle Pryor? Is he out until training camp? I'm going to give this one 3 heads as well. He is in a walking boot because guess what? Pryor has undergone what is called a minor cleanup procedure on his ankle. I'm only giving it 3 heads because he might be out beyond training camp. The expectation is that he's back, but Todd Bowles was much less committal during his OTA press conference today. So I think Pryor should be back by then, but I'm not quite as sold as I am on Mo Claiborne. As for Pryor, we know what he can do on an NFL roster. We've seen him do it with the Cleveland Browns, but he's got to stay healthy. Having another ankle surgery, even just a minor one, and cleanup-wise, that is something to be concerned about. All right, next up, could Johnny Manziel head to the Jets? I'm only going to give it just the 1 head, but there is a kernel of truth to it, namely that the Jets GM was at Manziel's CFL debut. So there's at least some level of interest in the scouting side of things. And Manziel, it wasn't too bad. 9 of 11, 80 yards, no TDs, no interceptions. So there is some level of interest there. At the very least, they're doing their due diligence. But still, there's pretty much zero chance the Jets sign Manziel. So don't get panicked about it. But there is a reason why you've seen Manziel and Jets together in headlines. We'll start with our quarterback theme then. Could Teddy Bridgewater be the starter for the Jets? I'll give this one 2 heads. It might almost be 1.5, but I rounded up here. I still think it'll be Josh McCown. But ESPN says Bridgewater has a legit shot at starting. He does need to prove that he's actually fully healthy from that knee injury and still must beat out Josh McCown and Sam Darnold. But there is a little bit of hype right now around Teddy Bridgewater and how he's fared in OTAs alongside McCown and alongside Sam Darnold. Now, one thing we know for sure, Teddy's not the franchise for the Jets. That is clearly Sam Darnold. Maybe not this year, but down the road, Darnold is going to be the guy for New York. And I have one more theory for you guys on why you might be seeing some hype around Teddy Bridgewater. Could it be to elicit a trade? I'm going to give it 2 heads. I could actually see this one going down. ESPN has said, look, Bridgewater's trade value is trending upward, and that the Jets signed Teddy knowing they could flip him later for a draft pick. And there's really almost no dead money on Bridgewater's contract. They can trade him away and have under $500,000, or actually $500,000, in dead money. That's almost nothing for a player, especially a quarterback who could potentially be a starter for you. So I think what you might see in the preseason, you could see the Jets really showcase Teddy Bridgewater. Show that he's still a healthy guy, and if there's an injury or if somebody else wants a better backup quarterback, maybe they make a deal for Teddy Bridgewater and the Jets pay $500,000 for, let's just say, I don't know, a mid-round draft pick. Maybe it's a 3rd rounder or something like that. We saw how much Sam Bradford went for, and he's always hurt. Maybe Teddy can get a little bit less than that. So, folks, let me know if the Jets should keep, trade, or probably unlikely cut Teddy Bridgewater. If you can get a good mid-round pick for Teddy and Josh McCown is healthy, I like the idea of dealing Bridgewater and setting yourself up better for the future. All right, folks, I'm Tom Downey. Follow me on Twitter at WhatGoingDowney for more NFL coverage. And Jets fans, subscribe to our YouTube channel for more Jets coverage throughout the offseason and during the season. Until then, we'll see you next time.